Is Coach having price increases too? Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I want to talk about Coach, in particular price increases related to Coach. Now, before I get started on this video, if you like the content on this channel, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. It will really mean a lot. Thank you so much for considering. And for those of you who are already subscribers to the channel, thank you for joining me on this handbag lover's journey. And on with the video. So today I want to talk about Coach price increases. Now, I feel like price increases are now like the norm in the luxury handbag market, with major brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel. Like the price increases are just happening like quite regularly now, like few times a year, and it's like every year. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but it's slowly become, I'm kind of starting getting numb to it. I just kind of expect that it's happening. Now, I think in the beginning, they justified the price increases like coronavirus crisis, that need to increase profit margin is relating to inflation and shipping and everything. But like with the price increasing that are happening so regularly with some of these luxury brands, it feels like it's kind of like more the brands are getting greedy. I mean, like if you look at a Chanel bag, like the prices has increased quite dramatically compared to pre-pandemic for 2019 to 2022 now. Like some of the signature handbags are like almost twice the price. So I mean, that's not to say this is specifically for luxury brands like Chanel, Prada, Louis Vuitton, or Dior, but like now I'm talking about Coach. Coach is kind of like this all-American brand that's supposed to be accessible luxury with quality craftsmanship that are more like accessible prices. And what I'm noticing as late, like I've been checking out some of my old videos and reviewing some of my shopping trips, I noticed there's been some price increase that like Coach has slowly snuck in. I don't know if anybody else has noticed it as well. Of course, the price increase is not as dramatic as some of the Louis Vuitton and Chanel's that you would see, but it's definitely there. I think average increase around 7 to 8% or so. I particularly focus on handbags, and when I looked over like the news related to Tapestry, which is the company that owns Coach, they did talk about prices of some of the women's handbags should be boosted by around 10%, as reported by some of like the business articles, but they didn't really give an explicit time frame for it. Like I know the plan is to kind of adjust for like the global inflation and rising material costs and freight expenses, and I know for sure last year and like specifically in 2022 August they did have a price increase, and I think in the grand scheme of things it kind of makes sense. I mean, like the prices are going to go up because of inflation, and for the employees at Coach, they need to live and survive too. So with inflation, I expect that they should get some kind of like salary increase. So I get that there is going to be price increases that's expected, but I just hope that they don't get greedy over time with Tapestry, the owner of Coach, the kind of mid-range luxury, that there's definitely room for price increase. I hope it's not like a regular one that you would see kind of like with Louis Vuitton and Chanel, that it's just kind of absurd and unreachable, because after all, Coach is known for kind of these accessible prices for their handbags. So just want to throw it out there and let's have a look and have a chat about Coach price increases. This is going to be a norm coming up. I mean, if you look at Coach's bags, I think like some of the crossbody bags for before the August 2022 increase was around like 190-ish, and some of them in Canadian went up by around $60 to $70. I think for American it's around like $50 increase for a bag, which I think like doesn't sound like a lot, but like for some of these handbags they're a little bit more affordable prices. Percentage wise, it does seem like a lot more compared to, let's say, if you say, Louis Vuitton has a $50 increase, like people don't see this as a significant because of the grand total of the bag price is just like thousands of dollars. So I think like it's not necessarily comparing apples to apples in that way, because the net increase is a lot more if you were to increase each of the Coach bags by $60 or $70 Canadian. I do think that the designs that Coach are coming out with are more in line with the younger market nowadays, and it looks like a lot better, and I feel they're a little bit more trendier despite it being like a classic brand. I do love how the way that Coach is going with these new designs, and I think it's a play a big part in why their market buys and sales are doing a lot better. But I am sorry to hear that there's going to be these price increases. I'm not surprised. I think, in fact, Coach waited a lot longer compared to other brands to increase their prices. They don't do very loud price increases as you would notice on YSL or Louis Vuitton, but it's steadily going to creep in there throughout the year, I would think. I wonder if there's going to be a price increase coming up in January for 2023. I've been noticing like some of these prices just kind of sneak in then and there. I do expect more higher prices to come. Coach is good quality and it hasn't changed significantly to warrant a price increase to a large degree, I hope, especially when some of the bags are already very high price. Seems a bit greedy, but one thing I am very happy of Coach is that they haven't moved away from discounting, which is nice. There's been lots of sales lately. I'm pretty happy to see some of the kind of handbag favorites being available. I'm really happy to see the reality is that they're still keeping their sales. So that's my 2 bit on Coach and price increases. What do you guys think about it? Have you been noticing that the prices for Coach bags have been increasing more steadily lately, or like do you think that maybe the prices will just hang around where it is for now? I'll love to know. And I wonder where the brand is going to go coming up. The sale of Coach handbags on a quarterly basis does seem to be increasing. So with increased demand, I wonder they are going to up the prices of some of these bags. I think it'll be reasonable to expect a boost of around 10% terms of prices for handbags over the next few years. It's just a matter of how they spread it. So I would expect that if there's a handbag that you're in love with and really want to get a hold of, this is the time to do it, because you know that some of these classics, some of these beautiful handbag from Coach is only going to go up over time. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me on another video. I'll see you next time in another mommy review. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.